what catches your fancy in this draft? I mean, it seems that we're past the 1 and the 2 now, and we're locked on the 3. And then what happens at 4? And for me, the quarterback decision by the Niners is fascinating. But Kyle Pitts, he has had me at hello. And Louis Riddick said earlier when he was on the show that we all get drunk on height, weight, speed athletes at this time of year. And I told him if that's the case, we've got the bed spins, man.
I know.
I'm waking up the next day trying to remember what the hell happened last night with Kyle Pitts. I can't wait to see what happens with him and the Falcons at 4. That is fascinating to me.
I'm with you. I left my credit card open at the bar, Rich. They called me. I got the spins. I got to find some Denny's and some grease because I am just so hungover on Kyle Pitts. I may have to have some hair of the dog. Here's how drunk I am on it, Rich.
Yes.
And this is my take on Kyle Pitts, and I'm not paid to be practical. It's fine. I am dying for San Francisco to make history and take Kyle Pitts. Now, hear me out. I don't expect it. I'm certainly not predicting it. However, and I know the price that they paid to move up, and I know it was an exorbitant, and you would never do that if not for a quarterback. If Kyle Shanahan took hold of an offense that has Deebo Samuel, Kyle Juszczyk, Ayuk, Garoppolo, and then, as I'm calling the tight end, Kittles and Pitts, they would have the number 1 offense in the league. I think Kyle Shanahan would be the ultimate mad scientist. And as far as the price, sure, it's crazy, and it doesn't make sense, and it goes against all draft logic. I understand that. You cannot overpay for an all-pro player. If you would have told the Chiefs that that's the price they had to pay for Travis Kelce back in the day, dust in the wind. Spend it. It's worth it. I don't expect it, but it would bring the house down, and I think they would have the number 1 offense of the league if they drafted Kyle Pitts.
Well, not just the house of the draft house. It would bring this particular studio house down, Kyle, because a couple of weeks ago, a guy called in to the program and said, what if the Niners trade up? They should keep Garoppolo, and they could trade up and help get him a wide receiver, whatever. And I asked him what was the most unwashed item that he had. He revealed that he's a food delivery driver. Is that what he said at the time?
Yeah, he just drives
around. And he said
with
that he wears the same sweatshirt every day. And I told him that he would have to send it here to the studio and I would consume a swatch of his material if the Niners drafted somebody other than a quarterback 3rd overall. I mean, my heart just dropped with you even putting that out as a supposition, Kyle.
Now, Rich, my recall's pretty good.
Yes.
I seem to remember a couple years back there was the same thing with you consuming garments, and it had to do with Ezekiel Elliott's holdout. Is that right?
Yes, saying that if he did not start week 1 of the season, I would eat Mike Del Tufo's hat. And Zeke did come off of Cabo, and then there was a whole big, as you might say, to-do over the fact that maybe Garrett would not start Zeke in week 1 just to get him in there, slowly.
Yeah.
And thank God he trotted out for the first snap of that season. But Brockman is the only one on this show who's actually eaten a hat because you said you would eat the hat if the Philadelphia Eagles made the playoffs a couple years ago because you took McLovin Twitter bait, which is very easy to take.
I did.
And as we all know, Wentz and the Eagles made the playoffs that year. And so Brockman's the only one in the history of this show.
Rich, I hope you have to eat that sweatshirt. And if the Niners shock the world and do that, I'm sure you could make something out of it. We could call it Grub Rich Grub, and there will be something where you eat it and you hot sauce it, do whatever you want to do, and we'll make it happen.
You forgot the hashtag, Kyle, but I appreciate that.
Of course.
I got to go viral. We got to go viral or something.
Right.
Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.